Hey guys, welcome to your October Horoscope, guys. It's the 1st of October today, so just going to give these a really good shuffle. Wow, pretty active, but I think that's how the energy is at the moment for many. I think that, we want to get things done before the winter, don't we? Before they change the rules. I know that in my last update, I think I was talking about how I felt that the governments might come together. That was me talking. I was writing. I think on Facebook. I didn't do a moon report, i.e. on a video. So let's have a look and see what's going on, guys, shall we? This is the Rider-Waite deck, which is one of my favourites, and it's good for you because we can see what's going on. So I'm going to take 16 off the top, guys. Perfect. Pop these on. Okay, second one off. I'll start at the bottom. First one's out, so let's see what's happening. Wow, money. This is really interesting, and what I wanted to say about it is that I did mention in the last report that I did, the written report, that money and sorting through your assets, your finances, this is going to be absolutely imperative, okay? Now, we have Uranus in Taurus, which I've spoken to you about many times, guys, and Uranus in Taurus is talking about transformation around finances. Now, what I'd also like to say is, of course, part of the reset that we're living through at the moment, they're taking us from that petrodollar system, and I've been doing quite a bit of recce on this, a little bit of research. We're moving from this petrodollar because, of course, the US was always a world leader as far as the dollar was concerned, and now they're going to take us into this blockchain system, which is more of a Chinese system. So this is what they're going to do. So if you are receiving any emails or stuff saying we're changing your card, the chip on your card is going to change, the way you're banking now, we're going to pull this overdraft, or you've got to do this, you've got to do that, just be prepared because they're doing it. This sort of rest energy card is actually coming forward reversed, and this is interesting. So I'm also wondering whether or not, this is mental energy, swords are always mental energy, so it may well be that we're sort of thinking that we don't want to lay passively anymore. We really need to do something that's, we need to be active. And if this is linking with this money, because it's coming out on the second one, at the end of the day I would be saying to you that this is definitely something that you need to be looking at. Also, anything at the end of the day that's going to help you if things start to tighten, and I can assure you that they will. So you do need to be looking at your finances. Again, I'm also saying that we need to be strong. There needs to be strength here, which there certainly does, and we've got to keep going. It's not easy. Again, this is interesting because the Empress is coming forward in reverse, and sometimes we don't feel as strong and as solid and as in control as the Empress usually is when she stands in her own sovereignty this way. And I feel that we are going through some very, very difficult and unsteady times, but what we've got going on here is definitely talking to me about finance. We've got Uranus in Taurus. It's in the 6th house, okay, which is naturally the Virgo house, which is both our health and our work, all right? And the need to discriminate, the need to analyse, the need to look more carefully. And Uranus is asking us to be objective and to maybe look at the finances and see what we can move or what we can sell or what we can cash in on. And I know this sounds a little bit extreme, but Uranus is extreme, guys, and we're actually experiencing the extremities at the moment. Right, so it's really important that we look at our health, maybe, get some more vitamins in there. If there are things, toxins that we need to flush out of the body, for instance, there are some really good things out there, and I am going to be putting up a few posts with some PhDs that are actually recommending certain herbal remedies and so on and so forth, if you feel that if you're not feeling too good and you need something to help with that. Wow. Fresh avenues, guys. Right, again, this is really just telling me that we need to get the finances sorted out here. Alright, so get things in order. Use that 6th house energy of Virgo, where the Uranus is placed in Taurus finances. How you're going to keep a roof over your head, how we're going to survive as we're going forward. So there is a need to, really look carefully at this, I feel. Wow, next one. Right, this is interesting. I always see these wand energies, these pages, they're always messengers to me, but he is coming forward upside down, and we have, of course, got very, very mixed messages in the sky at the moment. It's difficult to work things out, it's difficult to be precise, and also I'd like to say that a lot of that is to do with the fact that we've got Venus in Scorpio in the 12th house today, 1st of October. So, it may well be quite awkward for you to sort of get things sorted at the moment. So we need to keep going. We need to push on and see what we can do to sort of make that right. Alright, and we are getting mixed messages, of course, around our work, our employment, what we need, what we don't need to continue that employment. And of course, that again is your personal choice. You've got to decide where you want to be. And it is causing certainly a few areas to do with tensions. This 5 of Cup energy, for me, as I said, 5s are always floaters for me. 5s, there's nothing, they're always quite transient energies. So, if you have had a change of heart or a change of mind about something, I will always say that there are always alternatives, my friends. There are always alternatives, and I always look at this card and think we do have choices. So when we've looked and reflected on what we feel may have been lost, I do feel that what we've got here is a gain. So we've got things to gain here. Wow. This is solid. It's good, solid family energy, and I think that that's something that we really need to think about. If we are assessing what's going on around health, finances, so on and so forth, obviously we do it for a reason. It is about our family, it's about the people that we love, and it's very important that we work with that. We have got Pluto, of course, the powerhouse at the moment, in Capricorn. They've made a shift into reverse. We've got reverse, quite a lot of retrograde energies in the sky now. So we've got Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Uranus and Neptune. So we've got all the big guns, and we've also got Mercury retrograde as well, guys, in Libra. And it is in that 11th house, so we've still got a lot of mixed messages coming in, guys. Even if it is Libra season, it is difficult, and it really is difficult to balance feelings and so on and so forth. Great. Right, energies of the lovers. Now the lovers energy for me is Gemini. Okay, and it can talk about agreements, it can talk about new contracts, guys. So as I said in the written piece that I did on the Facebook, at the end of the day, if we can get some sort of Libra, if you like, balance coming in, as if we can come to some sort of an agreement. Now, whether or not this is with employers, whether or not it's with the government, frankly. You know, whatever this is, at the end of the day, we can go with this. It can talk to me about your personal relationships, although usually I use that as a Two of Cups, depending on what I've got in front of me. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, again, I've got this Knight of Cup energy, so if we do take this as relationships on any level, whether or not that's contractual or otherwise, there is something being offered here, right? Or it may well be that you're going to take the money, right? And walk away from it. The money is coming forward in a reverse situation. Look, we're all worrying about finances. As I said, we've got Uranus and Taurus in that 6th house, guys. So it's not easy. And we have got the moon in Leo. Today, 1st of October, it is set on the London chart. And we've got the moon in Leo at this moment. It's about 11:15, I think, in the morning here, so in Spain, so it'll be about 10:15 over there in the UK, depending on where you are. So we've got this Leo, so yeah, feeling a little bit more up maybe, but it is in opposition to Saturn today, so, and Saturn at the end of the day is the sheriff, so even though emotionally we're trying to lift ourselves, we're trying to protect ourselves, we're certainly coming against quite a lot of opposition as far as government and fairness is concerned, let me put it that way. So again, well, this is an advisory card, guys. If you need to take advice, if it is around finances, family situations, you know, and you have decided that the agreement that's on the table is not what you want, or the agreement can be set and you're feeling comfortable, but this energy of reverse tells me that all that glitters isn't gold, guys, and I think you need to remember that. And I know we all need to pay bills and mortgages, and we need to eat and we need to survive, you know, but if we're correct with regards to this financial shift, which is obviously going on, and I've been listening to some very, very interesting people who work within finance and very, very well, very knowledgeable, so we know where it's going, and any of you out there that are awake, you understand what I'm saying to you. So it is really important that we do what we can, and we get like little squirrels, guys. We need to get sorted. We know that in the UK they're talking about shortages, and of course they're going to bring the Home Guard in, which is what they're doing in a lot of countries in the world at the moment. They're bringing a lot of army onto the streets, guys, so we'll have to just wait and see where that's going to take us. And the last line out, destiny. Wow. Wow. Again, that's a reverse. I wanted to go with that. Right, let me turn them all up now. Okay, this one's reversed as well. There's a few that are reversed on the table today, and I don't normally put them down as reverse, but you can see there are about 3 or 4 of them, which is quite unusual for me. I don't often get them, so that's telling as well. So again, we've got this energy of knowing where we're going, and if you don't know where you're going, you need to seek advice, right? And at the end of the day, you know, ultimately that's going to make you feel a little bit better, possibly. You know, forgive me, this is my Dr. Lawyer YY Chief right now. Areas to do with legal, we talked about it. We've got legal groups that are coming together that are trying to help sort out this, you know, this craziness that's happening, you know. And I know that there are still so many people that are just unable to understand and compute the seriousness of what's actually going on, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Frankly, I'm quite weary, so I'm just going to concentrate on you know, do my best for those that actually want to hear it. So so far so good. So money, it isn't going to be easy. There's definitely, these cards are all over the place, and the fact that we have got, I don't actually, although I interpret them as reverse, normally I don't put them in, but there are so many of them. So we've got this one, this one, this one, and this one's reversed. So it's work, money, messages around that, messages around health. How do we survive? You know, what are we going to do? How do we find a balance? We are in Libra season, you know, and all of us are just screaming justice. We want justice. We want negotiation. We need to understand, right? we need to understand better. And frankly, those of you who are not asking questions, which frankly you should be asking questions, more questions. We've got Sagittarius as the ascendant today as well, so and ironically on the 9th house we have both Virgo, a little bit of Leo, but Virgo of course is about discriminating, and again truth lies. We've still got these axes in the sky. Sagittarius, truth, information, transmission, Gemini, in the 7th and 1st house. So the information that is now coming in from others that we may have not wanted to get involved with or understood, it may well be that we are understanding things a little bit more, or we're beginning to question a little bit more as to what's going on with this Sagittarian energy. Okay, I'm trying to be kind here with all of this, guys, I really am. Let me just move the if I can just move that over slightly. Yeah, we can see it now. So again, we've also got this Empress. So look, anybody out there that feels that they're losing balance, right? As I say, we're in Libra season. Let's try and maintain that balance. We need to do that around our families. If you don't know how to do it, you need to go towards advisors who can then maybe just instill a little bit of, upbeat in you guys. There's a need for strength, of course. We're all warriors in this, and forgive me, but sometimes we cannot remain sedate. Sometimes we have to, fight for what we feel is right in life, and whatever that is for you guys is going to be different from the next person, so you've just got to go and you've got to decide where you want to be with that. I'm going to use the Morgan Greer for the 3 verification cards. The cards are so alive this week. I mean, I've had clients and they've been jumping over the table. It's been unreal. So there's a lot of energy in the sky. I think also, guys, there's a tremendous amount of confusion in the sky as well. There is a lot of confusion, but we do need, if we can, to try and reevaluate and find balance. Confusion and chaos, is Uranian, but it does allow us a degree of objectivity. It does allow us another perspective, another view, because it's in Taurus. Of course, is both the 2nd house and it's their Venus ruled energies, both the 2nd house and the 7th house, and of course we've got all that Gemini in the 7th, so it is confusing, guys, but you can get through. I spoke to you about this massive tree that we've got in the sky. Okay, we've got a couple actually today, Black Moon Lilith, for instance. We've got that tree. And that's his tree Mars. So let's just see what's going on. I think that this month, guys, I think that all we need to do is try and re-evaluate, try and find some, frankly, sanity within it all, I'm feeling. We really need to find some sort of middle road here, and I also need to say that I did anticipate that the energy of those who had chosen, for instance, to take the vaccine versus those that had not, and I'm not actually sure how this is going to go. But I do believe that things are going to be revealed fairly quickly, and I think that there's going to be a realisation at some point that actually it doesn't have anything to do with the non-vaccinated in our societies, and I think it's very difficult. It's going to be a difficult time, guys, and I know that there are families that are split on this because I've worked for you. And I know it's not easy, but I'm hoping that we can find this balance. So let's have a look in the Morgan Greer. Whoa! I want to put those back. Actually, I want to put them back in. Let's see what we've got. Sold these. Sold. 3 please. I'll just cut them. Wow. The King of Rods. Wow, the King. Okay, so from the Knights we get the King. Alright, of Rods. So this is, again, work related. It talks about the offer of new beginnings, right? And at the end of the day, I feel also, because we've got this Uranian energy, which is also sort of like-minded people, okay, groups of peoples, tribal energy, it may well be that we can get together if we are struggling around work and decisions around family and what's right for us and what is not, and we've taken this advice, doctor, lawyer, wawa, chief, accountants, whatever. This tells me at the end of the day, the King of Rod, that again there are ways around dealing with this situation. There are ways around it, so you can work this out, and you will. That's the King. Wow, love it. This is victory, guys. This is victory. And for me, I see the Rod as more of a Sagittarian energy. It's a softer energy than Aries, as a fire energy. So again, I spoke about this in the written piece, and I said that we need to use our energies wisely. All right, use our, yes, I could say anger, because I think that as we're moving forward this month, particularly as we're going into Scorpio season, Mars in Scorpio particularly, I think that I think at the end of the day, we need to be careful. We need to use our energies wisely. All right. There are those out there that are going to probably do more for us in that way. It's all well and good for us that can sit at home and, you know, but I think that it's not going to be easy for a lot of people. So let's see what the last one is. Wow. The Tower. Okay, can't believe it. The Tower. Now this is a Mars card. Alright, this is Aries for me. It's a Mars energy, and at the end of the day it's very different to the Sagittarian energy. So I'm feeling to protect, to find a balance, to when we begin to sort of wake up to what's going on, we use strength. For some it's going to be very difficult, you know, it's going to be quite difficult to handle, I think, whatever these arrangements are, you know, whatever you've been asked to do. But I think it's very important that, you know, you reassess and you think carefully about what's important for you and your family. And all I can say is that money, although, yeah, we need it, but, you know, you'll be among the millions and millions and millions of people that can't meet a payment. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that, because we're all you know, we're all enslaved to man-made systems. And though that say, oh, we have money, we don't have to worry about money. Well, good luck to you, my friends, right? You know, they have money, and that's okay. But there are many out there, a lot of you single mums that I know well, you know, that do struggle. And all I'm going to say is there are people out there that are going to help, right? And I feel that this is what this is, because Uranian energy is about realisation, and Uranian energy, as I said, is tribal, and tribal in Taurus as well is about love, you know. It's about love, it's about love of your family, it's about love of your people, it's not just about money. And frankly, guys, I say this with love to you. You cannot just make this about your money. You have to think about your health, you have to think about your children, and where we're actually going as a society. Anyway, I'm sending you love, guys. I'm apologising if it's a little bit morose, you know, that I have children in Sydney, Australia, and yeah, it's a tough one, but they're strong, wide awake. Take it easy, guys. Stay awake, stay on your toes. God bless. See you next month. Bye now.